When's the next shipment getting in?
Anytime. That's why we need to get this done as quick as we can. Ah, nuts! I cut myself.
Blood vessels are present throughout the body. Bleeding occurs when tissues are damaged. Heavy bleeding is likely if a major blood vessel is damaged.
Kenny, I need the first aid kit.
Bleeding reduces the oxygen-carrying capacity of blood. If heavy or uncontrolled, bleeding can quickly become life-threatening. Arterial bleeding is bright red and will often spurt from a wound. It can be difficult to control due to the pressure created by the heart's contractions. If the blood is dark red and flowing steadily, it is likely coming from a damaged vein. Bleeding from a vein can be heavy. Regardless of the source, all heavy bleeding must be controlled as soon as possible. Clot-forming fibers naturally collect at a wound site to create a patch to stop bleeding. Severe bleeding can overwhelm this process and prevent clotting from occurring. Activate EMS immediately for any heavy bleeding.
Go call EMS.
Okay.
Bleeding exposes you, the provider, to potentially infectious body fluids. Always use protective barriers, such as disposable gloves, to protect both you and the injured person.
Okay, I'm going to have you move your hand, and then I'm going to put the pressure on with this, okay?
Okay.
Continuous, firm, and direct pressure applied to a wound is the best method for controlling external bleeding. Quickly expose and inspect the wound. Using a clean, absorbent pad or dressing, apply direct pressure with the flat parts of your fingers directly on the point of bleeding. If a pad is not available, apply direct pressure with just your gloved hand. If blood soaks through the pad, apply another pad, leaving the initial pad in place. Apply more pressure with the palm of your hand. Apply a pressure bandage to provide continuous pressure to the wound. Wrap a roller gauze or elastic bandage around the injury with enough pressure to maintain bleeding control. Avoid wrapping the bandage so tightly that the skin beyond the bandage becomes cool to the touch, bluish, or numb. Make sure a finger can be slipped under the bandage once it is applied. When barriers are not available, an injured person can provide self-care, or a provider can use improvised barriers, such as a plastic bag.